the worst thing is behind us, and we are looking forward to I would not say a bright future, but a better future than what we experienced or went through in the last 3 months. But for KARL MAYER in general, I can say that since the beginning of this year, the COVID-19 virus has kept the world and we did our company in check. In order to protect our employees and minimize the economic consequences, the management took targeted measures very early and quickly. This included the implementation of hygiene concepts and the switch to mobile working at all locations. This means it started in China, where we had to close, keep our factory closed for another 2 weeks right after their Chinese New Year holidays. And then swapped over to Italy and then to the Northern Europe. And in the meantime, we are already more or less back to normal. Can add that thanks to the discipline of all the parties involved, the ongoing operations have been maintained as good as possible. Of course, like everyone, we do it online. Our academy organized webinars on how to develop new products. The first we did by mid of May, if I remember right, and have been followed by a few others, and another few webinars are in the pipeline. Then, of course, we instructed our customers how they can maintain the machines during the lockdown, during the standstill. And now, towards hopefully the end, we give them instructions how to prepare their machines for the restart. But very important was that we assisted our customers by training their personnel on new products. We assisted our customers how to convert their machines, existing machines, to new applications. Some of our customers, they switched over from whatever they used to produce, from fashion items, technical textiles, to PPE, which needed some conversions. There we were assisting them with all communication means. We have sent this in writing, but we are there, as I mentioned before, through web, through Zoom, Teams, whatever is available. Something which is quite difficult for me to predict, but especially from what I learned from India, that most of the workers went home to their native states, so that now the restart eventually needs to be executed with non-experienced labor. Of course, this is quite difficult to do it remotely, and as soon as we are able and as soon as we have the capacity, of course, we will have to visit the customers and do it at their site. Eventually, I'm a little bit the wrong person because I'm in charge of only one market in Europe, which is France. So I don't have the clear picture of the entire industry. But I can also add that we received orders for new machines in the past 3 months from European customers. These are not machines related to new applications, which they, due to the scenario, had to check out and what is required. These are machines which they had in their budget and planning, investment planning since long. So although they are all affected by the crisis or were affected by the crisis, they decided, let's go. The end of the light at the end of the tunnel might not be visible, but the end of the tunnel will come. This is a question which I'm unable to answer, but I can say that the textile industry traditionally has been affected by economic crisis at an early stage all the time. And we always emerged from these crises stronger than before. Just go 10 years back, where 2008, 2009 was just pure misery, and 2010 was the big revival. But under the pressure of weak demand, many new products were created, which opened up new applications for textiles, and which were partially only made possible with the help of ultra-modern machines. And I'm sure that this will also be evident in the present crisis. It would be too early to say that we already feel some signs or can see some signs of recovery and improvement, but I'm quite hopeful that 2021, I doubt whether it will be before, but 2021 will come back to an acceptable level. The pre-corona level, of course, is difficult to say. Pre-corona we were already affected by the trade, what should I call it, a trade war. It's not a trade war, it's a trade conflict between the US and China. So the entire world was already cooking on a rather low flame. But 2018, this level, when we will be back on such high levels, I am unable to predict. I do not believe that it will be next year, personally. In our specific case, and you know that some years ago, I believe 2 years ago, we started with a new software startup company called KM. This company offers solutions to connect the machines to all gadgets you have. So physical presence is no longer required to observe, to check, to plan, to take decisions on the machines. Wherever you are at whatever time, you see how your machines are performing and what they are producing. That's one thing. On the other hand, I take just the latest innovation in sectional warping, our ProWarp, which is equipped with proactive warping. Proactive warping contains certain levels, actually three levels, which provide an increasing amount of information. The machine is self-learning. So a mistake, an error you did will not happen again in the future. So it's making yourself independent from the operating personnel, which might be even more important, what we just learned also in India with the migrant workers who returned to their native places, and now a big part of or portion of skill and know-how has been lost. So this machine, of course, it's not a fully automatic machine, but the know-how, the operating know-how, the process know-how is in the machine, and you do not depend on your best operator. I think that's the future.